Hey y'all, I got another warm season green for you. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, I am Msfullroller Cera. Welcome. If this is your first time to my channel, I talk about a kaleidoscope and cornucopia of subjects. But today's subject, as part of that cornucopia, is in the garden section. We are going to talk about the Chinese red spinach. Yes. And if you're like me, who loves salads and loves to eat salads all year round, but have a hard time growing those cool season greens, and you live in a hot climate, yeah, that's why we're here today. Let's get into it. Okay, the Chinese red spinach is known by several names. It's known as the Chinese red spinach, of course, the Asian spinach, the Chinese tricolored or multicolored amaranth, the tricolored amaranth. Yeah, there's several names for this particular green. But this is part of the, the Amaranthaceae family. Now, this family, of course, remember this? Yes, this is the Caryophyllales family, which you saw in the red Malabar spinach video. And I will try to make sure to link that video so you can go back and check that out if you missed that. These are related. They are in the same large, I guess this would be the matriarch, the patriarch family. And spinach also falls within this family. So yes, as I mentioned in the red Malabar spinach video, that I didn't think it was necessarily related to spinach, it actually is. And so is this one. Now this, the Chinese red spinach, under the Amaranthaceae family, is called Amaranthus dubius. And it is a tropical leafy green. Well, it's grown for the greens, and it's also grown for the seeds, which is used as a grain. But the leaves on this particular one are indeed edible. And they have a very nice mild taste to them. If you like spinach, you will like this one. Now, even though it is called the Chinese red spinach or the Asian spinach or the Chinese multicolored amaranth, it's actually native to South America, Mexico, and the West Indies. Now, what I have coming up is a little short clip of the one that I grew last year. Last year was the very first time that I grew this. There won't be any talking in that one. I just wanted you to, get an idea of what it looks like. And of course, I'm growing in containers. And this is this year's. Okay, here is the Chinese multicolored amaranth, and of course growing in a pot. Now
I have to confess, I did not put that in there. And I asked my husband, did he happen to, move one of the seedlings over into this pot? He said, nope, it planted itself. My kind of gardening. Yes, love it. Love, love, love that. As you can see, now, I don't know if I can zoom in on him, but yeah, that's what likes to eat. Likes to eat this plant. Now, harvesting this plant, I do not harvest this one like I do the other, greens where I'll just, clip off a leaf. The way I've harvested this one is I cut it all the way at the base, and then these these at the bottom, it will continue to grow and send out new leaves. I have found when I try to harvest it like I do other greens, by leaf, it seemed to leave the plant in a weakened state, and that striped bug that I showed you before eats the entire, really has these leaves looking like Swiss cheese, looking worse than Swiss cheese. So yes. So that's what it looks like. And as you can see from my picture from last year and this year, it grows quite well in pots. It may not get as tall as it would if it was in the ground, but you can grow this in a pot. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to show you some of the others that have reseeded. Okay, now this, I had one in here last year, and you can see all that has reseeded in this pot by itself, along with, the weeds that were in the compost. But yes, and I got another one to show you. Hold on. Now this is the pot that grew that big one from last year. So yes, as you can see, this entire pot. Now, of course, they've been eaten, excuse me. Yeah, one of them bugs was landed on me thinking, oh yeah, you some amaranth. Yeah, as you can see, they are definitely in here. Another one fell over in here. Yep. So I will be showing you the seeds in the next clip. I just wanted to end this clip with another shot of the Chinese multicolored amaranth.
Okay, here are the seeds that I purchased from rareseeds.com, which is Baker Creek Seeds. And just wanted to show you, what those look like. And here are the seeds that were harvested from the very first clip of the plant that I grew last year. Now, of course, that's what the fluff is still in there. And as you can see, it gives you a lot of seeds. That was only maybe 1 or 2 flower bracts. Yeah, that's why. Maybe that's why they call it unfading flower. Yeah, well, it definitely doesn't go away. Yes. Okay. Now, the growing conditions for the Chinese spinach, it does well in zones 2 through 11. Now, of course, it would definitely be an annual in zone 7B and north. It's quite possible, and I'm pretty sure it probably is. It may come back if there's not a frost in zones 8 and higher, because it is classified as could be an invasive in like Florida and Hawaii and stuff like that. But if you're like me and are growing this, for the greens and you're eating salads every day, I'm pretty sure that's a good way to keep it under, that would keep it definitely under control. All right. The more growing conditions, as I mentioned, since it's tropical, I would think that the nightly temps would consistently need to be above at least 45. Now, this one can tolerate little cooler temperatures than its relative or its cousin, the red Malabar spinach, where those, the temps for germination needs to be at least, I would say, 55. It needs full sun. I think could tolerate full sun okay in your northern zones, but if you're in zone 7B and south, I really think this would appreciate some shade from that hot afternoon sun. I think, and I did not realize that until now as I was preparing for this, I think that is the reason why my plants seem to be more stressed as the temperatures, as it starts to get later in the summer. Because it seems like in June, the plant is beautiful. Come July, that's when you really start seeing those bugs, that I showed you. So I'm thinking, if you can, either put it under some shade cloth, or if you're growing in containers and you have an area that can shade it from that hot afternoon and evening sun, it may not be so stressed, and maybe that bug will leave it alone. I will hopefully remember that next year, to see, if I can get a better production. Because, like I said, this makes a really, really nice salad green. Okay, let's look at some of the benefits. Because is this related to spinach? It has the very same benefits of spinach, which would be vitamins A, B3, C, and K. Protein, and actually this one I think has a little bit higher percentage of protein than your regular spinach does. Folic acid, potassium, fiber, iron, and calcium. And some of the other benefit is, of course, this green will fill in once your cool season greens, start to slow down as they're getting ready to go to seed and bolt. And it also fills in that spot. I mean, it slides right in that spot if you're also growing the Malabar spinach that we already talked about. And I'll, link to that video in here. It fills in that spot because it likes that cooler temperature where it's still too cool for the Malabar spinach, but it's a little too warm, for your cool season greens. So that's a huge benefit of this particular green. Now, that red that you see, when you put it, and I'm pretty sure the same thing would happen if you cook it, but when you put it in a salad, it's going to turn everything else that you have in that salad, it's going to turn it red. So just, be warned of that. Kind of the same thing like when you use red cabbage in a coleslaw and your whole coleslaw becomes pink and red. Yeah, this same thing happens with this green. But that red is supposed to be, really, really good for you. Well, all right, you guys. I think I have covered everything that I wanted to cover in talking about this green. Like I said, if you love salads like I do and like to have salads every day, but you live in a warm season climate, or even just for during the summer, because I say this does do well in even your northern, northern growing zones, as far north as zone 2, as they said. And you like spinach and you like kale, give this green a try. All right, you guys, I hope this was informative. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please also hit that subscribe button. And also, when you click the bell, make sure that when that drop down menu opens, select all. That way you will be notified of any and all future releases from this channel, whether it is a premiere, whether it is an upload, or whether it is a live. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you today. Take care. Remember to think, get to know yourself, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.